Do you want a quick one-stop roundup of all the news and big stories that happened on Avalanche last week? Of course you do. Well, here it is. My name is DeFi Site. I create content along crypto, blockchain, Web3 and more. I am a member of Avalanche Team 1 and it's my mission to educate you all on exactly what's happening in this space. So if you do like this type of content, follow me on all the socials, subscribe to my YouTube channel, DeFi_Site, and I'll keep you updated. So let's jump in and look at last week. Let's start with a super quick look at the price action on the charts over on CoinGecko. It's all a bit red all round really on the 7 days chart. Bitcoin has just closed the week and is sitting at around $108,251, so down on the week, but still holding strong well above that 100k mark. AVAX is at $23.42, so again down on the week, but after some good price action the week before, we're probably due a little pullback. And after it was a bit of a quieter week on the news and also Bitcoin dropping, we could expect to see that. Onto the Avalanche memes and the ecosystem coins, it's all pretty much a mixed bag with lots of ups and downs. Last week was one of them weeks where there's not much happens price-wise, so it's a good time to build. I do get all of my charts from CoinGecko, so I'll add the link at the end so that you can all jump on, get their app, keep on top of the price action and download that. Bitcoin dominance, which we always take a look at, is down overall again. It's sitting just over 58%. So hopefully this week we see a bit of positive price action as we head into September. On to the week's news from Avalanche. First up, we saw a whole lot of people, hundreds of people in fact, joining Avalanche. More on that later, but first up, we saw one super big name join Avalanche. Avalanche just landed a big name. Volvo is joining as lead of ecosystem innovation. If you don't know, Volvo is already well respected in the Web3 space and now they're going to be channeling that experience into Avalanche. So what are they bringing? They're bringing a fresh energy to launch new apps and products, direct support for builders and a focus on getting the next wave of users on chain with Avalanche. They're here to push innovation, grow the ecosystem and help Avalanche stay the chain that builders and institutions trust. What's the bottom line with this is that with Volvo on board, we can expect stronger builder community, faster go-to-markets and more momentum behind things like NFTs, gaming and consumer adoption of Avalanche. So have a read through this awesome article that they wrote on X, follow at Volvo on X to see exactly what they're bringing to Avalanche. I'm always super hyped to see big names join Avalanche and it's all about spreading the word, spreading that reach and getting the word out what Avalanche is doing. So, on to some more details and partnerships from what Avalanche has been up to and announcing over the last week. Now, we know that Avalanche is big into institutions, and what bigger institution is there than the US government? So one of the biggest headlines this week on the chain came out of the US. The government has started publishing GDP data directly on blockchains. So basically they're dropping crypto hashes of the data on chains like Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and of course Avalanche. So anyone can verify everything. Now it's not replacing the normal reports just yet, but it's a massive step. And it's kind of a big seal of approval that blockchain is legit infrastructure. Now for you, if you're more deeper into the space, it's basically the comments department is testing blockchain as a distribution layer for trusted data. That's massive because it showed that blockchain isn't just about tokens or DeFi, it's really securing critical information at scale. And here's what it means for Avalanche. Now I think Emin said it best in this tweet when he simply said the US Comments Department will be distributing GDP data on Avalanche. Economic history is being made. Pay attention. I agree. So, in a bit of a homegrown Avalanche success story, Suzaku Network, a Codebase Season 1 alumni, has just raised $1.5 million across seed grants and public sales. Now, two Avalanche builders, Leopold and Gauthier Leonard, just raised $1.5 million to tackle one of blockchain's toughest problems: how new chains actually decentralize without breaking their security for their projects. Now, their project, Suzaku, is a fresh out of Codebase Season 1, and it's already looking like a game changer for Avalanche. It was founded by Leopold and Gauthier Leonard, who came through Avalanche's Codebase Accelerator program, where they refined both their security model and their project builder. So what they're building is a restaking protocol for Avalanche Layer 1s. In simple terms, they give new blockchains on Avalanche a toolkit to move from small, centralized validator sets to fully permissionless decentralized networks, all while keeping the security rock solid. So why does this matter? Now, most new chains start centralized because it's simpler, but getting to true decentralization is complex and risky. Suzaku solves that with a ready-made framework reference, architecture, security modules, and validator management standards. They've already co-authored ACP99, contributed to Avalanche's 9000 testnet, and their model aligns with ACP77, which all makes it easier than ever to launch new L1 validators without huge upfront AVAX requirements. The takeaway for Avalanche is that Suzaku is showing Codebase is producing real, well-founded infrastructure projects. It makes Avalanche the place for builders to launch secure decentralized L1s, and it signals confidence in the ecosystem. I think it's awesome to see people building on Avalanche that are coming through amazing projects like Codebase and going on to build real projects and scaling them. We saw yet more real-world assets coming to Avalanche. Fundbridge Capital and Liberia just launched Ultra. It's a fully tokenized, regulated US Treasury fund and it's right on Avalanche. is backed by Wellington Management, and it's not just DeFi, it's yet again more examples of institutional grade finance on chain. Ultra lets accredited investors across US treasuries with full compliance, powered by Liberia's tokenization platform and Avalanche's lightning fast secure network. So why does this matter for Avalanche? It's more proof that the chain can handle real-world regulated assets at scale, and it's strengthening Avalanche's space. Avalanche's position in a real-world asset space and becoming the go-to platform. The Warp node sale is live. Now 3,000 nodes, limited supply, maximum impact. Don't miss your chance to be part of the future of Web3 gaming. It's all powered by Avalanche. You can secure your node now at warpgaming.io, and pro nodes are available via credit card and Helium Deploy. Now that's just the start. AVAX has also partnered with Warp to help game studios build, polish and launch top tier Web3 titles on Avalanche. It's going to be more high quality games, stronger ecosystem growth and more opportunities for players and builders alike on Avalanche. Now, did you see where capital connects all over crypto Twitter and beyond? Now this week, if you're on Twitter, you can't fail to notice that Avalanche's Where Capital Connects was all over the timeline. Now this was a flood of tweets and posts from all across the space, which is showing a real focus on bringing all the DeFi institutions and real world asset tokenization that we've seen on Avalanche, bringing it kind of all together under a bit of an umbrella statement called Where Capital Connects. Now I personally think this is good, as it's really putting Avalanche at the forefront of this. I personally believe that this is very much the future, and it's seen all of this on chain, all of these things being used by people every day to do the everyday things they do, like getting paid, paying bills, interacting with apps, dApps, and having a great user experience all on chain is what the future adoption of blockchain looks like. But the challenge with this is that the actual technology, so the Avalanche blockchain that all of this is built on, is just not going to be known by anyone or understood. So it's good to see, for me, anything that brings awareness to what we're actually building here, what the tech is, what's actually being used here. So I think it's good to see this, and we can expect to see much more of this going forward. On to a story that I have a big personal affection for. I am a proud member of Avalanche Team 1, so it was awesome to see Team 1 grow this week with new members added. So Avalanche Team 1 started just over a year ago now, and had initially 1,400 applications. In the second round, we had 1,500, and this last round, we had 1,650 applications, which were managed by the community. Now, loads of these applications came from people outside of the ecosystem, which is good to see because it shows expansion and reach to those outside of the general Avalanche community. Team 1 is a global network and community of builders, developers, creatives, gamers, and community members who all work hard to grow Avalanche. Now, what we've done here is create a platform and empower people that want to support Avalanche growth. We're a community and we're expanding rapidly with lots of big plans in place to grow the program and to build on what we've started. Now, I'm super hyped to be a part of this and see where team goes, grows and pushes Avalanche. So I just want to say first off, a big well done and welcome to all the new members of Team 1. There's been really strong people, really strong additions to the team that are now part of the program, alongside the also existing team members, which has already got some really big characters in. So if you see someone who's a new team member, jump on, give them a follow, give them some support, as we're all working to grow this thing. So, some predictions for the weekend. Now, I'm hoping for a bit of a return to number go up territory, but I do think this week could be very much guided by what Bitcoin does, especially price-wise. There's a few announcements in the US that could affect the macro picture, so for me, I'm all about raising the vibes and bringing the energy to the timeline. Hope you've enjoyed this video. My name is DeFi Side. If you do this type of content about crypto, blockchain, Web3, Avalanche, and more, jump on, like and subscribe, follow me on YouTube. Peace out, good vibes.